Good afternoon and welcome to Mike and the Hoss on Wolfeboro Community Television. I'm Mike Danais.
And I'm Charlie Hossack.
Let's thank our sponsors, Skelly's Market,
Downtown Grill and Cafe.
and Morrissey's Porch and Pub. Thank you.
Thank you.
And a reminder that you can listen to us at 4:30 on Fridays
Yes.
on WASR 97.1 and 1420 AM.
Yeah. And the other thing is you can call in.
Yes.
Call in and talk with us. It's live, so we'd love to have you call in.
Disagree with everything Charlie says. It's
Absolutely.
Okay.
Perfect. Just like Mike.
569 Lake is that phone number. Also, we are not going to be here next week.
No,
We're
we're going to take a week
off.
off. We've got the opening of school, and then we have decided to have a week off, and then we're going to open up with season 7.
Yeah.
Season 7 will be coming back a couple weeks into the school year, and that'll give us an opportunity to kind of get back to school, and also give the athletic teams at Kingswood an opportunity to figure out varsity, JV, all that stuff, and we'll hopefully by then have a schedules for you.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
How's your week?
So far, so good. Today is.
You got to be excited. You've got to be excited about something that's going to be starting soon.
Well, the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, I am pumped for the NFL because it starts this Thursday.
I know.
Starting this Thursday.
And we start our picks today too.
I know, which is good. And I actually, for once,
But
I'm prepared.
But us not being here next week, we're gonna have to do picks on our own.
Yeah, but yeah, well, we can do that through the beauty of media and technology. Maybe
Can we figure that out?
Yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll probably just write them on a piece of paper and have our picks.
Okay.
But yeah, are you excited for the NFL?
I'm
Yeah.
so excited. I hope they can make it.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah,
they last.
I mean, because the things that I agree, the things that we need that we're going to be talking about, we don't have to talk about the Bruins anymore, but we're going to be able to talk about NFL, and of course continue with the Celtics, which is exciting.
Maybe.
Oh boy, look at you.
Maybe. I mean, it's not definite. It's maybe.
I'm confident that they're going to be moving on to the next round.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
Well, so Kingswood Sports.
Yes.
Our tryouts are this week.
Tryouts.
Right
Today is a
now, today.
Tuesday. They're starting today. Yeah, they
Right.
start today. So for the next couple of days will be tryouts to figure out the JV and varsity games. I know for
Teams.
those games, yeah, teams. Sorry, I know. I don't know why I said games. I know that it'll be too late by the time you see this, but I know that a survey was sent out to talk about transportation, and I know that Mr. House was excited to be getting those replies. But I am. You're right. I'm about as happy as I can be because I didn't think we were going to get to this point. I know we always talked about it. We were excited about it, but I didn't know if fall sports were really going to happen.
Our rule has been until we actually step out on the field.
Right.
Then you don't know what's going to happen because things can cancel.
Yeah, things can change.
Until we step into the buildings, we don't know. I mean,
That's
things
true.
can change.
Yeah.
And I say, as far as games go, until we actually have a game, things
Right.
can change. And so everybody has to maintain their composure.
Yeah, keep your social distancing, wear your mask, and
Follow
do all
the
that.
rules. And the better the kids do, there's a better chance that the
season will happen. The games will happen. But the one thing we do know, tryouts are beginning today.
yes,
That's a guarantee.
that is a guarantee. Tryouts are today.
Yeah. What else?
What's something happening?
I don't know. I think some teams have already started, so it's I think we're covered.
We're still guaranteeing it.
Yeah, we're still guaranteed.
That's
by Mike and the
That's
Hoss.
really all we know about Kingswood Sports.
That's
is
all
that
we know.
Tryouts are starting.
Right, and we do know that Mr. House is going to be presenting or talking with the school board on Thursday night to talk about plans for transportation and figuring out a game schedule. But we do know, whatever happens, Kingswood is not going to start until it's October.
Right, and there are some schools that are starting their schedule. We are planning on 2, possibly 3 home football games.
Yeah.
That we're going to plan on that Wolfeboro Community Television is televising.
Yes.
And they're going to be on the radio live too.
Yep.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be the guy. We'll be the guys. You're the play-by-play. I'm the color guy. We'll do it for the TV. We'll do it for the radio, which will be great. So we know that we're going to be there, and that's exciting.
We're hoping for 2 or 3 games.
Yeah,
home games.
And we don't know anything yet. We don't know if they're going to be fans or how that's going to happen. I mean, all that stuff is being worked out through the athletic department.
Fingers crossed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk Celtics. Big week for the Celtics.
It was a big week for the
because when we met last time, they were up 1-0 against Toronto.
Right.
And then a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, then they went up 2-0.
They went up 2-0.
They went up 2-0. And then, I mean, your emotions, like, this week you've been like this.
You have no idea.
You have been like this with the Celtics and the text that you send me and you know, things like, I think you put done, like, you just wrote done. D-O-N-E.
Well, that was after Game 3,
yeah.
where they lost in a heartbreaking fashion.
They did. They did.
You know, one of those memory things that you're going to see played again and again and again.
Absolutely.
Remember when there was a half a second left and Toronto beat the Celtics?
Right, and they got it over.
Yeah.
To pass the ball over Taco Fall.
And I said that they were done.
Yeah.
I came off of that though because we talked about the response of Jaylen Brown and how he owned it and how different that was from the Kyrie Irving days.
Right.
And I thought that when I saw that, I said, well, all right, this team's a little tougher than we've seen in the past, and so I'm giving them a shot. Then they went on to lose Game 4.
They did.
Now, my hope from Game 4 was that everybody played bad in Game 4.
Yeah.
Literally, every single Celtic had their worst performance.
Awful. Right.
And they still were within striking distance.
They were.
So last night, the Celtics won. Today's Tuesday, so Monday night the Celtics won, and just about everybody played really well.
Yeah. I wouldn't say won. I wouldn't say win. They blew them out.
They blew them out.
They controlled the game from start to finish.
And I think that that's what the Celtics can do when more than one player is playing well.
Right.
Jaylen Brown had his best game. He led the team in scoring, which is nice. But
Yeah.
you know, up and down the lineup, you know, you look, it was 15 points, 16 points.
Brad
18
Wanamaker.
points.
Wanamaker scored 15.
16.
Yeah.
Getting
great.
to that, the one thing that made me nervous that Wanamaker was the only bench player that scored.
Good point.
That's
yeah.
a little scary,
especially as you move deeper into the playoffs.
Yeah. Now Gordon Hayward is really, I mean, he's the guy that was coming off the bench for them.
Right. He was the sixth man.
Playing starting minutes too.
Yeah.
But he was the sixth man, and so you go count on 20 from him.
Right.
On a decent night.
Interesting. Let's talk quickly about Hayward, if you don't mind. So Hayward is back in the bubble.
Yes.
So he's quarantined, and he has to do a minimum of 4 days. If the NBA says more, then he will. He's still injured, and this was the interesting thing. He's quarantined, but he can receive no treatment on his ankle when he's quarantined. I read the article, so I was like, wow. So he's gonna have to treat himself. But typically they receive all the treatments that they would receive. And here's the other thing.
They can't dedicate a trainer that's going to also quarantine.
I mean, I would think so. But that's. I mean, I read this article saying that he's not receiving treatment, but I'm like, come on. I mean, you should be able to receive treatment with. You can wear your safety devices and all that stuff, and
or just
do your physical therapy, or go maybe you can go do pool therapy and all that stuff.
But they have teams and teams of trainers.
True.
Why couldn't they dedicate trainer B to say, okay, you got Gordon for the next 4 days. We're quarantining you. Gordon makes $30 million a year. I think we can justify the expense.
But here's the other thing. The birth of his baby boy is coming up towards the end of September, so he's going to leave the bubble again. So I don't I mean, I get it. I mean, I certainly would leave the bubble for the birth of my child, but I don't know if we're going to see him. That's kind of what I was getting at.
So why did he go back to the bubble in the
I'm
first
not
place?
sure. I don't know, because Brad Stevens made it pretty clear that he's not ready to play.
Huh.
So I don't know. So
they need him. Although if they get through Toronto, God, you can make an argument that they're going to have a pretty clear path to the finals.
Yeah, they'll beat Miami, because Giannis, who for the Bucks, is injured, so Miami's going to,
and they're down 3-1.
They're down 3-1, so Miami's probably going to pick up that series.
Now,
I would say.
I mean, Miami did beat the Celtics.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Butler's playing really well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's similar like the Bruins. Remember we said the Bruins a great team when they have to hope that Tampa loses to somebody else?
No, yeah, you can't be like that.
I think the same thing with Celtics. I don't think
Right.
the Celtics match up well against Milwaukee.
No.
They do match up well against Miami.
They do, and I never would have thought that the Heat would be up 3-1.
No.
So
I mean, I think that there's a clear path, and there's a bubble mentality. We talked about this a little bit, that at what point do the guys just say, I'm done, I want to go home and see my family?
Right. I was thinking more about that as we've talked about that. Are you ready to see your family? Now they've allowed some, as you probably have seen, some family members are allowed in the bubble now.
Yeah.
For players.
They had the wives and babies section.
Yeah, which is cool. So they're seeing their families, but you're getting closer to winning a championship. So as a player, wouldn't you be like, I'm not leaving now? Like, if you wanted to leave, bow out like round 1.
Yeah,
So
but-
I don't. You're that close now. Like you get through. So the Celtics win this series and the Heat win this series. You're in the final four essentially of the NBA. You can almost taste the championship. I don't know,
All right,
so I don't know.
let's talk about the championship, because we had a text from a friend of ours.
Yes.
Doug Kiley had texted us and asked us, is the championship tainted
Right.
because of COVID?
Yeah.
Is there an asterisk? Is there
Yeah.
something that is thought less of because of COVID?
And if you heard my response last week on the radio,
I missed it.
the answer is no. It's not. There is no asterisk. It's not tainted. The NBA had played almost the entire season before COVID. They were only short 8 games, right? 7-8 games, and then they went into this bubble. So I don't have an asterisk at all for this. It's not like we're talking about the MLB where you're playing a 60-game season, condensed season. This was no. So as far as I'm concerned, whoever wins the NBA championship has a legitimate championship, no asterisk.
Okay. I'm going to say that there is one
Okay.
for every other team that doesn't win. So if the Celtics win, I just don't see the Philadelphia fans recognizing this title as being a legitimate title. The Celtics fans will, because
Yeah,
it's
obviously,
ours,
yeah.
But I just don't see, and I think the same thing's going to happen with if the Lakers win.
Why though? What's different? What is different other than the fact that they're playing in a bubble?
Well,
There aren't any
there's
fans.
there's no home court.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of a thing in basketball. That's home court matters.
I totally get it, but it's even for both teams.
But there's no home court. So the home court advantage is a major sway thing when it comes to the NBA. And that's
Totally agree with that.
And so they don't have that. So that top seed team doesn't have that home court advantage anymore.
But do you now have pure basketball, where you don't have you're going to see who the two best teams are because you don't have the crowd screaming in your face or waving their noodles or they're trying to shoot free throws or yelling obscenities to players or whatever. Now you just have two teams battling it out. Who's the best?
I hear what you're saying, but now you've just devalued the regular season. So the teams that have fought to get to first place to earn that home court advantage, and maybe they played their starters. I mean, I know they had 4 or 5
Of course,
months off.
yeah.
But I don't think there's any way around it that anybody who wins during this, possibly not football. Football might get away with it just because they're starting at a regular time and they're playing the full season.
Maybe, yeah.
Even though there's no fans.
Yeah,
which
I
is
know.
still no
And
win.
fans are important too for football, as you know.
But at least they're starting their season without fans.
Right. Well, some are, but some teams have fans.
yeah,
So
well,
there is a, we'll talk about that later, but there's a, some fans are, they're going to be 20%, some stadiums are no fans.
So your opinion is not tainted. My opinion that it's tainted a little bit.
Yeah.
It's going to be a COVID championship.
Yeah.
I don't know how else.
Are
you're
you
gonna
so?
do it.
Let me ask you this, and I know you Philadelphia fans. Let's just say, and gulp when I say this. Let's say that the Clippers win the championship. Are you going to be, riding around in your convertible saying asterisk for the Clippers? Doc Rivers doesn't deserve that championship.
No, I'm not going to really care. You know what I mean?
You're going to care. I mean, this is what we do. We talk about this.
Well,
I mean,
but
if someone says to you, like, I understand that you're not just going to be spouting out, I can't believe the Clippers won the championship. But if someone says to you, is that a championship that deserves an asterisk?
yes, I'm going to say the 2020 championship is a COVID championship, no matter how you cut it.
Okay.
They're going to beat if the Clippers win, they beat a Lakers team that two of their better players in Rondo and I forget what the other guy's name is.
Aren't playing.
Opted out
yeah.
because of COVID,
Okay.
not because of injury, because of COVID.
All right.
And so I think that there is, and that happened in just about every team.
Right.
So
Sure.
I mean, I have to think that there's got to be some sort of a tainted
Something.
thing that it just doesn't weigh as much, and I think forever it's going to be that way. That's
Okay.
my take.
All
Let me ask you this: football. And let's go to the local level.
Yep.
Not every school is putting in a football team into the league.
Right.
If I won't use Kingswood, but let's say Guilford wins
Yeah.
the title, but their normal two main competitions
Yeah.
are not there. Is that the same? Is that worth the same as if everybody was playing in a normal season?
Yeah. I mean, I guess my answer is going to be, I'm going to be, yes, it counts, and I would
I didn't say it didn't count.
I would recognize them as champions, and Yeah. I mean, I think that's a bad example, Mike, because there's only 4 teams in the whole state of New Hampshire that aren't playing football.
But what if they were your main competitor that was going to be normally in between you and a title?
Then I think possibly we could take a look at that. But you're trying to compare high school football to NBA. There are no NBA teams that have opted out. Just some individual players. The Celtics have not opted out. So, they're still a Celtics team. They're still a Lakers team.
Let's say that the Celtics had to get through, and we can get off of this in a second here, but let's say the Celtics were going to play Milwaukee in the next round.
Yeah.
And Giannis was one of the players.
He had opted out.
Would that make it so that's less of a championship?
I don't know, because he's injured now, so he wouldn't be there anyway. I mean, what if a person is injured? Are we saying let's go back to the 80s if Larry Bird were injured and the Celtics didn't win?
Injured. They get injured in a normal.
I consider
but
as far as I'm concerned,
but we're talking about Corona is a little bit different. We're in a pandemic.
Opting out is in the same category as injured. He's injured. They're on IR. Okay. For COVID reasons. All right. Well, either way, we're rooting for the Celtics, and we want them to move on to the next round.
Yes. I still, even though it's going to be tainted, I still want them to have the tainted championship.
I'll let you have the last word on that. All right.
Red Sox.
Yeah.
Hope for the future.
I think so. I'm actually. It's funny. I woke up this morning thinking I don't feel as. I don't know. I'm still obviously a Red Sox fan. I feel okay about the Reds.
Still a Red Sox.
I said, "Hey, I'm a Red Sox fan." I feel a little bit better, probably because the Yankees are so bad, and that makes me happy. But I like the young kids. I like Bobby Dalbec, and I like what we're seeing with the Red Sox right now.
We said it was like a month ago.
Yeah.
Play the young kids. The young kids are the only way that you're going to keep fans with the Red Sox right now.
Yeah.
If you're playing the older guys that are, not doing it, and they're losing, play the younger kids. Give the fans an idea of what's coming up. What's the future like? There is hope here.
There is.
Hein Bloom has made some trades. He's brought in some prospects. I want to see them.
Yeah.
If they're ready to come up, I want to see them. We mentioned Dahlbeck. I think the Red Sox are pretty solid future-wise because they have some foundational pieces that are in place. So let's assume that JBJ comes back. Mm-hmm. He's a phenomenal center fielder.
Right.
Bogarts is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
We think.
Devers
is coming back. So now you've got your left side of the infield.
Mm-hmm.
Plus your center fielder. Vasquez is for another. Again, defensively, he is very good. Offensively, he's okay.
Your first baseman's Dahlbeck.
Your first baseman has made a splash early.
Yeah.
And so now you've got corners, you've got a shortstop, you've got a center fielder. Mm-hmm. If Verdugo is still around, he's certainly
he's quite a player.
So So now, obviously the issue is the pitching. The Red Sox have the worst ERA by a run in the majors. It's really bad.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It is batting practice. But your best pitcher is Chris Sale. Arguably.
Yeah.
He might be back next year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Your second best pitcher is Erod.
Erod, yeah.
He will be back next year.
Mm-hmm.
Evaldi is probably your third best pitcher.
Yeah.
Or Perez.
Yeah.
He's been throwing lights out. And so you might have found somebody in this.
Right.
So you're coming back with a starting rotation of 4 established pitchers. Probably at that point. The bullpen is still obviously
atrocious.
It's worse than atrocious. It's so bad.
Yeah.
But there's hope, and I think that's what I want to see. Is just a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
And so I've tuned into the Red Sox over the past week or so. Mm-hmm. I've actually tuned in a little bit to see some of the young kids play.
Yeah, it's fun.
There's hope, and I think that's all we could say. They're really bad. I don't think that the manager's going to be there.
No, he's just he's a placeholder.
He's a placeholder, and
without hope, Mike, we wouldn't be fans. So I agree with you. I think the Red Sox have legitimate hope for the future, and we're finally getting to see what the future is going to look like.
Is Benintendi a Red Sox next year?
I don't know. I don't think so. I was really surprised they didn't deal him, but probably because of the injury, that he wasn't going to be able to get that much for him.
Is anybody in the bullpen a Red Sox next year?
I don't know, Matt Barnes?
Maybe.
So, I don't know, we'll see.
All right. Patriots.
Yeah. I heard they're playing soon.
They're playing 5 days from now.
I know.
They're playing. It's crazy.
So exciting.
What are we going to expect? What are you looking forward to with the Patriots?
I am actually looking forward to watching Cam Newton play. I cannot wait. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about what is this offense going to look like? I don't know. This is a surprise.
I think that not having a preseason is a humongous advantage for the Patriots.
Yeah.
Because they're going to transition into an unknown. We've talked about this before. Mm-hmm. When Brady was quarterback,
you knew what we're gonna.
It was either going to be a hurry up or the traditional,
right?
And that was your two choices. And every year we wish for the hurry up because it's so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
You have no idea what it's going to look like with Cam Newton.
Mm-mm.
And nobody's saying anything. The reporters are sworn to secrecy. The reporters are not allowed to say any plays that they're seeing out there. They barely can say if who Newton passed to.
Right.
So,
which is great.
I think that's what I'm looking forward to, the unknown. I'm looking forward to what the whole thing is going to look like with a minimum amount of fans and not that.
Yeah.
Basketball, I think it looked like basketball. Even though I think it's tainted, I think it still looked like basketball.
You're still going with that. We have to get an asterisk here to just put up an asterisk.
The Bruins, not Bruins. The hockey has looked like hockey.
Bruins didn't look like a Bruins.
Baseball, I think, has looked like baseball.
Yeah.
Or sounded like baseball.
Right.
Because you have that they've been playing that buzzing in the background.
Yeah.
I
know.
Did you see the general manager for the Reds? I think it was the Reds.
Yeah, was it Mike Rizzo, right? Yeah. Joe West threw him out.
Yeah. Because he was yelling from like literally the only people in the stadium. He was in his press box. And he didn't have his mask on.
I know. He said up there and then he's got a water, and I think he was trying to be like, "Oh, see, I'm drinking," type of thing. But yeah, he got tossed out, which I think was a little overboard. Tossing out a guy.
They called security to go get him.
Tossing out the general manager, who's a couple levels up in his own suite or outside of his suite.
But he was chirping.
I'm sure he was.
That's why. That's where the attention came from. That he was chirping. So. Anyway, getting back to it, I'm looking forward to the Patriots. I'm looking forward to seeing what they have. They don't have a kicker, though.
No, Nick Folk is on what? Both of the kickers are on the practice squad.
Oh, they are on the practice squad?
Yeah, they put both of them, assigned both of them to the practice.
Oh.
What does that mean?
Are they trying out, is it Jake Bailey? I think it's Jake Bailey, the punter.
Oh, seeing if he can kick field goals?
Well, he did in college.
Yeah, he's a Stanford guy.
Yeah. He did in college. Well, and they tried to have him kick a couple last year.
No, I know that. So maybe.
Maybe they're seeing if they can.
It's kind of risky, though, because you get injured, and who's kicking? Julian Edelman?
Julian Edelman.
Maybe Cam Newton.
They kept 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Yeah, so
Damian Harris went on the IR.
I know, because of the hand.
He was somebody I was looking forward to seeing on Sunday.
Me too. So Sony Michel, who are you going to see?
Sony Michel.
Yeah.
Is Rex Burkhead still on the team?
Yes. Yeah, he made the team, made 53.
Okay.
Yeah, Burkhead's
James White
there.
And
as long as he stays healthy.
The veteran that they signed there, Miller.
Yeah.
They released him, but I thought they were talking about bringing him back. I don't know. All right, real quick, what's the record for the New England Patriots this year?
The record. We're gonna go with 9-7, and they make the playoffs.
You obviously don't remember what you said last week, do you?
I do. I can change from week to week. I can change it. I probably said 12-4 last week, right?
I think you said 11-5.
Okay, I'm going with 9-7.
I'm gonna go with what I had last week because nothing really has changed.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say 10-6.
Okay, so 9-7 and 10-6. So that is official.
Depending on what media you watch, Charlie's going to be.
Yeah, I can change it. I can't change it anymore. It's locked in. So.
All right. So we got to go picks.
Yeah. I prepared. I actually finally prepared.
Each week we do 5 games. We pick 5 games.
Yes.
And we're just picking winners. We're not worried about spread.
No, and if we're speaking about winners, I was the winner last year. So
he was.
There we go. New season though. New season. All right. So go ahead. What do we got going on for
Houston
picks?
At Kansas City.
Houston at Kansas. So this is Houston at Kansas City. This is Thursday Night Football.
I don't have a pencil, so we're gonna have to.
That's all right. It's okay. I'll remember it. I'm really good at remembering. So this is Thursday night. This is NFL kickoff. This is the first game. Everybody that's a fan will be watching the Houston at Kansas City Thursday night kickoff. Okay. Do you want me to start? Houston at Kansas City.
You won, so you might as well.
I won. The Chiefs are gonna roll against Houston.
All right, so and I can't argue with that. So we're going to say Mike and Charlie.
All right.
All right, Dolphins at Pats.
I am taking New England.
I am too for now.
Okay. All right.
Packers at Vikings. Now, there's been some drama coming out of Green Bay.
There has been.
About how Aaron Rodgers has been conducting himself. Mm-hmm. And we trashed Brady last year for how he conducted himself, but apparently Aaron Rodgers has taken it to a new level.
To a new level.
So I am going to say the Vikings are going to win this game.
Okay. This will be the first one we disagree with. I am sticking with Green Bay, the Packers.
Jets at the Bills.
Oh.
The Bills are the favorite in the
I think we're both
division.
picking Bills. Nobody can root for the Jets.
No, I want the Jets to win though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna take the Bills.
All right, and now your Tom Brady-led Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Against the New Orleans Saints.
Ooh. So Tampa Bay, New Orleans. You got Drew Brees, Tom Brady. Oh my goodness. Is this one we want to pick a score for, or we're just picking outright? No, we'll just pick outright.
We'll just go outright.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just surprised you're taking this long.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say this because I want to. The Buccaneers by 3.
Okay. I'm gonna say the Saints by 17.
Wow, like a blowout. Holy chickens! What, that many?
I think that.
I mean, Drew Brees is pretty awesome.
The whole the whole Tampa offense is a really pretty smooth running operation. They don't have new pieces that have come in from last year. They don't need the preseason games, and yet Tampa's a smorgasbord of different guys.
Yeah. Oh, you were saying the Saints. You said the Bucks.
I mean the Saints.
The Saints. Yeah, the Saints is kind of the offense is smooth around. Yeah, they're running on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I see this game. I see the Saints scoring 40.
Okay.
And
I don't know if that's true. I don't think the Bucks could score 40.
I don't think the Bucks are going to score 40. I think it's in New Orleans. Again, no fans, so that's a thing.
Yeah.
But and I just
is that Sunday night? Do we get to enjoy them on Sunday night? I don't even know. I hope so.
It was later.
Yeah, it might be the 4:20.
It might be the 4:20 game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who the Sunday night. There's 2 Sunday night games, I think.
Okay. But
either way,
I'll be watching.
Okay. All right. So we have a. I'm going to wrap this thing up a little bit, but we have a game. It's a start, sit, cut movie edition because we've been watching a lot of movies lately, and a lot of this came up with Chadwick Boseman's passing, and so they've been showing 42 a lot.
Mm-hmm. Great movie.
And then once you start showing some baseball movies, you start showing other baseball movies, and then The Natural was on last night.
Right.
Then there's been football movies all over the place as we get closer to football season. So I thought it was a good time to decide what
we
are
like.
our favorite ones. So we're starting with baseball.
All right.
So we got to decide which ones.
So we have our options. So we have Bull Durham, we have Moneyball, we have Field of Dreams, The Natural, and 42.
All right. So what are you doing with Bull Durham?
As much as I love Bull Durham, I'm going to cut.
I am going to cut Bull Durham. I love Bull Durham, but I'm cutting it.
All right. Moneyball has actually quickly become one of my favorites, so I'm actually going to sit Moneyball.
I am cutting Moneyball.
Okay.
I love these. I love all these movies.
Yeah, of course.
So Moneyball is a really enjoyable movie to watch.
Absolutely. Field of Dreams.
I am starting it.
That's my starter. Hands down starter. Which leaves us The Natural. I don't have an option here because I can't sit.
I can. I'm sitting The Natural.
Yeah.
I think The Natural is such a cool story.
Yeah.
That's the Robert Redford and pure talent.
It's a great movie. Every single one of these movies is awesome.
Yeah.
So, and then the last one is 42. And we don't have a choice. I hate to say it.
Can we give him an honorable mention?
Such an honorable mention. Such a good movie.
It's been great. It's been on a lot.
But we have to cut it. Great movie, though.
A great story. The Harrison Ford's depiction of, help me out, Branch Rickey.
Branch Rickey, yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
absolutely
so good.
phenomenal.
Yep.
And you talk about leaders and heroes, and obviously Jackie Robinson was one, more than anybody.
Yeah.
But Branch Rickey, what he was able to
Yeah,
do during that time,
I agree.
against the pressures that he was had, and you needed somebody like that to lead them. So anyway, all right, so that's baseball.
Good movie. All right. Football. On to football. So the movies that we have for football are Remember the Titans, The Longest Yard, Any Given Sunday, Friday Night Lights, The Blind Side, and Rudy. Every one of these movies, well, that's why we do it. Every one of these movies is a great movie.
Yes.
So, all right. So, Remember the Titans. What are you doing?
I'm starting Remember the Titans.
I'm going to sit Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans is just...
Yeah, it's a great
That's,
movie.
that's
The Longest Yard. Now do you...
Sunshine is one of my great characters.
Now, with The Longest Yard, Mike,
I'm
is this the original? I know you're cutting.
I'm
but
cutting
is this,
both of them.
You're cutting the original or the... Okay, yeah,
cutting
it's
both.
cut. Longest Yard has been cut. But still enjoyable to watch. Any Given Sunday.
I'm cutting that one also. Again, it's a decent movie.
Yeah, I am cutting it as well.
Al Pacino is a little over the top. He's
Yeah.
not. I don't think he's a believable football coach.
Right. Yeah, so that's been cut. Friday Night Lights. So Friday Night Lights for me is the movie that I'm gonna start. I love
Really?
I love Friday Night Lights.
I'm cutting Friday Night Lights and never got on board with Friday Night Lights.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. All right. Next up is The Blind Side.
Great story, but I'm cutting it.
Yeah, I have to cut it. That's all I have left. Good story, good movie. Cut. And then
I
Rudy.
am sitting
Rudy.
Rudy.
Rudy's being, you're sitting Rudy.
Despite what Joe Montana said, that he said half of the stuff wasn't true.
Yeah.
That they never gave their jerseys
Yeah.
up, and they only put him on him on the shoulders at the end.
Yeah.
But they never carried him off the field.
Yeah.
I like the movie version better than Joe Montana's version.
Yeah, and I have to cut it because I have no picks left.
All right.
But good movie.
Hockey.
All right.
We got
Hockey.
Miracle, Slapshot, Goon, Mighty Ducks, and Youngblood.
I am not going to say every one of these movies is good. Because they're...
Have you
That
seen
is not
Goon?
true.
You haven't even seen Goon.
I haven't seen Goon.
You gotta watch Goon
All
before
right.
you say it's bad. It's
All
a
right.
lot better than you think.
Okay. All right, go ahead. You start. You're the hockey guy.
Miracle's a start.
Yeah. It's a start for me as well.
Slapshot's a sit.
Oh, we're going to agree.
All right,
Slapshot is a sit for me. And then tell me a little bit about Goon.
Goon is I forget his name. He was the guy that was on American Pie, the Stifler on American Pie. But anyway,
Yeah.
he played an enforcer. The movie's about
he is the
enforcer.
goon.
He's
Yeah.
the goon. He's an
Yeah.
enforcer. His job was to go fight,
Yeah.
and so he got beat up. It wasn't an NHL. It was more like minor league hockey up in Canada.
Yeah.
And so his job was to get beat up every single day, and he would beat up a lot of people too.
Okay.
But he would almost very isolated, just because everybody hated him. Everybody hates the goon.
Yeah. Right.
And so it's just an interesting take on it. You thought it was going to be crappy, but it's actually a pretty good
I'll have
movie.
to check it out. And then, of course, The Mighty Ducks is a great movie, especially for younger kids. That
Yep.
was fun to watch. And then Youngblood.
Yeah, Youngblood was the Rob Lowe.
Yep.
It was Youngblood who
I've
can't
seen Youngblood.
who can't skate.
Yeah.
So that's where Youngblood struggled with, is that it
Yeah.
wasn't very believable. Ice hockey scenes weren't believable.
Right.
So, all right, basketball.
All right. We have a He Got Game, Hoosiers, White Men Can't Jump, Semi-Pro, and Coach Carter. All right.
All right,
So He Got Game. Good movie.
great movie.
Yeah. I am sitting He Got Game.
I'm sitting it also. Yep, good choice.
That's good. Hoosiers is my starter.
That's my starter.
My
too.
starter. Hoosiers is, man, I could watch Hoosiers every day. Such a good movie.
White Man Can't Jump is, that for me, that's my
That's
least
fun,
favorite movie.
but it's still a fun movie, yeah.
Semi-Pro though is such a great,
Awesome.
just such a great. There's so many cool lines in
Yeah,
that thing. And
yeah.
Coach Carter's is a great story.
Also a good story. So
All right.
those are all good movies.
Then I get the golf other
Yeah.
category:
yeah.
Tin Cup, Caddyshack, Happy Gilmore, Rocky, and Seabiscuit.
Okay.
So we got a little bit of golf, we got a little bit of boxing, we got a
A
little
lot
bit
of humor. Some humor.
horse racing.
Yeah. All right. What are you thinking? Tin Cup, what are you doing?
I'm cutting Tin Cup.
Okay. I'm going to cut.
Good scenes in Tin Cup. There is some good scenes, but doesn't hold the other ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut Tin Cup. What about Caddyshack?
I'm starting Caddyshack.
You're starting it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm starting it.
I am gonna. Great movie, classic. I am going to sit Caddyshack.
When Caddyshack comes on, when I'm flicking through the channel, I stop.
Yeah.
Where are they at? And there's just like 10 different spots that I'll jump in and I'll watch.
Yep.
Happy Gilmore. I am sitting Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
That's another one that, depending on what part, the Bob Barker scene when he beats up Bob Barker is just such a, you want to.
And I love that he's got the Bruins jersey on.
I just love.
So Happy Gilmore. I can't. I wish I could sit it. I can't because I can't start it, so I have to cut it.
Okay.
Good movie. Next, this is my starter. I'm starting Rocky. I love Rocky. I love the whole series of Rocky.
I would just have Rocky in there. Rocky 2, I might have thought differently.
Okay, we're gonna hold on a second.
No,
what is your favorite Rocky movie?
Rocky 2.
How could Rocky 2 be your favorite?
He won.
The best Rocky movie is Rocky 4. He brought world peace against the Soviets. You know, remember that? I must break you, and then and then the speech at the end.
Speech at the end.
Oh,
that wasn't corny at all.
It was Rocky 4 by far
real TV
the best,
right there.
and also has some of the best music. Oh man,
I'm sorry.
The training montage for Rocky 4
is not as good as the training montage for Rocky 2.
Oh my gosh.
Rocky 2 makes me want to go out and work out like now when I hear it.
Go home and watch the training montage for Rocky 4. If I put that on, I'm out there running. I'm just like.
I'd like to see that.
All right. And then we of course have Seabiscuit, a great story. I love horse racing, but I have to cut them.
Kentucky Derby this past weekend.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
We didn't, but it was totally different.
Yeah. It was an 8-1.
Yeah. Yeah. So good stuff. All right. That was fun.
Thank you, Timothy behind the glass, for putting that together.
That all together. I appreciate it.
That's going to do it for us. Again, we are not here next week.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to wait to hear all the picks that are football picks, or we're different on 2 of them.
Yeah, we're here for on 2. Let's thank our sponsors, Skelly's Market,
Downtown Grill Cafe,
and Morrissey's Porch and Pub. Thanks so much, and thank you for watching Wolfeboro Community TV. And don't forget to listen to us on WASR 97.1 and 1420 AM on Fridays at 4:30.
And you can call in 569 Lake.
Go Knights.
Have a good week.